Why won't brands just pay you what you're worth? It's typically because you don't know it. You don't know the value you as a content creator possesses, and so it's hard for you to articulate that to a brand. Businesses were created to make a profit, and marketing, that was created to assist in the increase of that profit. It's important to know that as an influencer, you have signed up to help market businesses. Now, this is a strategic game. And in order to win at it, you must know, understand, and play by the rules of it. In short, you want to become valuable to brands and recognize that value. And in turn, they'll pay you what you're worth. What defines your worth and value as a content creator is not the same thing that defines your worth and value as an individual. A valuable creator helps businesses sell more products and more services. And nowadays, brands are looking for more than just good content because they understand that it takes more than a well-lit photo or a perfectly scripted YouTube video to drive sales. So, what are brands looking for? They're looking for consistent organic content that has a clear brand identity and messaging, dependable engagement rates, a mirrored target audience. That means the demographics. And they want to know this ain't your first rodeo. You have past partnerships. You know what you're doing. They want to see organic posts related to their brand so that they know that you're a true fan of their products and services. And they want to be reassured that they can come back to you. You can be a continued partner. So now that you know what brands are looking for, let's take a deeper dive into each of their needs, making sure your content is where they can be met. Let's talk becoming a digital asset to brands. First things first, your messaging, your brand identity. Businesses are looking to work with content creators with a similar messaging, or at minimum, a synergy between their core morals and values. Now, this is the easy part, but content creators overcomplicate this by not being clear with their messaging. What are you good at? What comes easy? What do you actually enjoy? I see so many content creators trying to create whatever is trending at the time, having these internal battles about what content they want to make versus the content that's going to actually get good engagement. And what's so crazy about this whole scenario is that these are the same content creators that know good and goddamn well that engagement is manipulated by the algorithm that is set in place to benefit ad buyers. I believe a better option would be to create what resonates with you. What feels good? What's fun? What do you actually enjoy talking about? If you can focus on these things, you can become an expert in your industry. And everyone knows the riches are in the niches. If you can become a thought leader, the go-to guru for any said expertise, brands are sure to find you and pay you what you're worth. It's like the late Nipsey Hussle said, stay in your lane, it's less traffic there. Brands are typically looking to your organic posts to see if you're a natural supporter of their products and services, and to identify your brand messaging. And that's because they're aware that partner posts can sometimes be manipulated by the sponsoring brand, which can alter your message. And businesses are also looking for content creators that understand their brand and have a like messaging, because this typically results in that content creator having a mirrored target audience. And a health-conscious audience is health-conscious, regardless of the grocery store they shop at or the app they use to get their groceries delivered. So if your messaging is targeting a health-conscious audience, and the brand's is too, then that's a win-win. But we can't talk about paralleled messaging or a uniform target audience without touching on the quality of content. We often hear marketing gurus and expert influencers say, you gotta have quality content. But what does that even all really mean? In my video here, I take a deep dive into 3 areas as it relates to your audience and how to make quality content for them. But when it comes to these brands, they're looking for a few additional things. 1, that lighting, a clean and timeless aesthetic, a conversion strategy, attention grabbing and catching captions, and of course, high resolution photos and videos. A great rule of thumb is to measure your content up against the content on these brands' social platforms and websites. You have a greater chance of working with these brands when your content is closely aligned to theirs in terms of quality. Brands claim to have a small budget. And so the best way to maximize this to your benefit is to create content that can not only live on your page, 1 payment, but can live on their page, 2 payments, and also be licensed out to their retailers, 3 payments. The more quality the content, the more usable the content, the more perceived value the content has. And this in turn will make a brand be more willing to to pay you what you're worth. As we continue down this path of identifying your worth and value, you'll see that I'm directly focused on your content creation ability rather than any external factors that have no bearing on you as a creator. You become more valuable as a content creator when you can clearly see how your work measures up against industry standards. When you're clear in these measurements, it becomes easier to price your partnerships and stand behind those pricing. Because they weren't created out of a brand gonna pay me what I'm worth, or these girls got less followers and they making more money, or I ain't about to be working for free attitude. Your prices will be created out of a true understanding of your ability to create consumable content that converts. And they'll be justified beyond algorithm affected engagement, fluctuating analytics, trendy sounds, transitions, and those ridiculous ass dance moves. Oftentimes, budding creators look to more seasoned influencers to help them come up with rates. While I think this is a good strategy to avoid being taken advantage of, I don't think it's the best approach when coming up with base rates. And that's because they typically focus on how many followers you have. And if I remember correctly, this is the same thing that content creators had an issue with brands, when brands would offer rates that did not take into consideration the time, the energy, the effort, and the skill put into creating that content. In my video here, I go over a tried and true strategy that I've used in order to come up with rates for clients that have helped me make over $2 million in less than 1 year for influencers that have between 40 to 150K. When it comes to being valuable or viewed as an asset by a brand, it's not always about fitting into their budget. Yes, rates matter, but what matters more is showcasing that this isn't your first time around the block, that you've had past partnerships. Your social media platforms will act as a resume or a portfolio, if you will. Potential partners will be looking at your videos and photos to see what type of content you may make for their campaign. They'll look at past partnerships to see how that performed on your platform. How did your audience interact with paid partnerships versus organic content? Brands save time and money when they return to a partner versus scouting a new one. But are you worth returning to? Do you have integrity? And this typically shows up in the exclusivity, regardless of if it's in the agreement or not. How close are you posting competing brands? Are you reliable and dependable? Are you submitting your content early and on time, or are you constantly asking for an extension? Do you exceed their expectations? They asked you for 3 photos and you gave them 5. These things matter. Going above and beyond matters. There are millions of content creators out there. Why should a brand value you? If you made it this far in the video, you're probably wondering, is she ever going to talk about followers? And yes, I am. I didn't mention them at the top of this video for a reason. Your audience is an external factor that you can't control. So is the algorithm, and yet they continue to try. This means they don't define you or your ability to create quality content. They don't add to your worth and value as a content creator. Emphasis on the word creator, because they have no bearing on how well you create. Your worth and value is solely predicated on you and what you can control, what you can do. And what you can do is use your follower account to create leverage when negotiating with the brand. And if you have true influence created by the many strategies I share here in this video, and you have an engaged community of followers, they can be leveraged as bargaining chips when discussing your rates with a potential partner. And the reason is because brands aren't solely focused on the number of followers you have, but also at how well you can influence. That's because a brand's ROI is directly connected to your power of influence. In layman's, when you say buy, how many people will actually buy? The reason I want to make it so clear that your number of followers is not connected to your worth and value as a content creator, but rather your ability to connect, inform, and influence them, is because in the land of social media, more is not always better. Peep the stats. Micro-influencers on Instagram have an average engagement rate of 3.86%, and that rate falls at every level of influencer, ending up at 1.21% for mega influencers. Similarly, although all engagement rates are low on YouTube, there's a noticeable difference between the 1.64% average engagement of micro-influencers and the 0.37% rate of mega influencers. It's on TikTok where we notice the biggest difference. Micro-influencers have a a 17.96% engagement rate on TikTok compared to the 4.96% for mega influencers. And so you see, your true power is in your influence. And some may ask, how will a brand know that I have influence over my audience? You're gonna tell them. You're gonna prepare your stats. Have up-to-date documentation that showcases your average conversion rate, your average click rate, your unique visitors to your website, your email subscribers, your email open percentage, and your dependable, meaning consistent, engagement rate. But Jay, I thought you said engagement was manipulated by the algorithm. I did, and it is. And that's why it's even more important to have true influence over and a connection with your audience. Because when you do, they don't wait for you to pop up on their timeline. Algorithm influence. They go search for you. True influence. If you're new here, I'm Jay, and I recently made the decision to not only positively change the lives of my private clients, but to change yours too. So I am making these videos jam-packed with info that, if put into action, is sure to change your mental and financial well-being for the best. If you enjoyed this video and you want to learn a little bit more, just watch the next one. Bye.